Hi, it's Brani here from UI Revolution. Good to see you back. So today we're going to take a look at AMS platforms. If you recall, an AMS is an application management system, and it is essentially a really quick way of building desktop and mobile apps. We're all familiar with content management systems. This has been around for decades. It's a quick way of building websites. A good way of understanding information systems and AMS platforms in general is to compare it to a CMS. So a CMS is very page-based. You start with pages and then you build out functionality. So they're very visual and very good for building websites. And AMS, on the other hand, is based on data. You start with a database and then it comes with a lot of functionality built around that database, and the pages get built around your data. So an AMS platform is like a CMS, is a quick way of building information systems, but it's much more adept at dealing with data and functionality. So why might it be worthwhile taking a look at an AMS? It's because they're particularly good at building information systems. So why does it matter? Who cares, right? Information systems and data. How does that relate to your business? Well, we live in an information age. Information is constantly coming into your business, getting processed and going out again. Likewise, your customers, suppliers, and partners have the same thing happening at their end. And if we can find ways to streamline and improve our information systems, it can give us a really good competitive advantage. When looking at an AMS platform, there's 6 things that help us understand its utility and awesomosity. First being design. How well does it accommodate design and branding? Second, integration. It needs to be able to integrate with other systems and bring different systems together. Third, distribution. How easy is it for us to get our app out to users, but also how easy is it to update and maintain going forward? Fourth, what functional elements do we get out of the box ready to go? Fifth, security. Not just how are they dealing with our data at rest and in transit, but what tools and facilities do they have inside the platform so that we can manage roles and permissions and who has access to our data within the app. Lastly is price. Not just the value of the system, but how easy is it for us to understand the pricing model and predict what we're going to get charged every month. Okay, so let's jump in and take a look at Zoho Creator. First thing I want to touch on is the functionality of the system. It's very easy to start an app. You simply choose to create a new application, create one from scratch, or you can use an existing app from their library or marketplace, which is full of hundreds of existing apps. Awesome. Okay, so I made an app called Clean Sweep. Now I want to add some data to it. It's very easy. I simply open up my app and I choose to edit the application. I want to add a data source to it, which is essentially a form. I can add a form. I can integrate it to an existing cloud service. I can add it from a template and create one from blank, which means I start one field by field. I'm creating the fields in my database. Or most likely, I'm going to import one from an existing spreadsheet. So I think this is going to be a really useful way for most companies. In this case, I've got a spreadsheet that is full of customer names. I open it up. It shows me a quick view of what my spreadsheet looks like. And when I click create, it's going to import the structure of my spreadsheet and create a real-time live online database that I can access from my phone and my desktop straight away. I've imported my data. I can see now that inside my application, I have the same data structure that I had on my spreadsheet. And it's also created me a small report, which has the 3 records that I had in my spreadsheet. So if I had 1,000 records in my spreadsheet, I would now have 1,000 records in my live online database accessible on the desktop and also accessible on my phone. So I'll jump over to my phone. You can see here I've got the same customer list or form that I imported via my spreadsheet, working on desktop and phone. And likewise, I have the same customer report with the same 3 records inside my live online database. Not only did I create a live online database for my desktop and mobile, I also have this facility to open up this form and there's all this other functionality in here. You can see here's the fields that we imported from the spreadsheet. If I decide that I want to put a date field in here, on the left, I have all of these fields that I can drag into my form, and I can extend and create a bigger, better form. So on the left, I have name, email, address, phones, multi-line fields. I can put in times, drop down on this multi-select, check boxes. I can even look up a different table from a different database. So for example, I can look up my health and safety form and pull in some fields from there into this form. So really powerful platform. Lots of features in here. Signature file, I can upload, collect signatures. I can upload files, I can upload audio, I can upload video, I can run formulas. I can even detect images and scan QR codes. So a lot of functionality out of the box, ready to go. All I have to do is drop it in here, and then I can edit the properties of this form field over here on the right-hand side. So really easy for me to make import a data source, and then I can tweak it and add to it and make a form that works on desktop and mobile really, really quickly. Equally important when it comes to functionality is it's not just about creating a database and forms and being able to view that database. We also often need to build little workflows on top of these databases. So you can see here, there's lots of other functionality to do with reporting. I can create all sorts of reports from this data. I can create pages from this data that I may want to share with customers or suppliers or partners. They may have different pages and different access rights. But really awesomely helpful is I can create workflows from this data. So when someone fills in a form or a schedule or a date, or when something gets approved or a payment's made, or maybe I make a function or a button inside my app, and when I press it, something happens, the workflow will, for example, send an email to someone, or it will notify people about things, or it will trigger another function to occur. So the workflow tools inside Zoho Creator are also really, really helpful. So you can build quite complex functionality into your app that will straight away be working on your desktop, your tablet, and your phone. When we talk about design and UX of an AMS platform, this is where it's probably its weakest point, is that we don't have a huge amount of control over the look and feel. It's much more about data and functionality than look and feel. In saying that, we do have access to theming, so we've got access to colors, fonts. We can make your app look like your brand, but it's certainly not a high-end look and feel authoring environment. When it comes to integration, Zoho Creator does have an API to give you access to the data, to the files, authentication, logins, and passwords. So there's a reasonably sophisticated ability to integrate your app with other apps inside your business. So let's talk a little bit about distribution. The distribution of the app is really important. So you can see here with Zoho, I download the Zoho Creator app from the App Store. It works on Android and iPhone. Once I have that app, it gives me a My Apps folder. I can create 3, 4, 5, 6 different apps, and they will all be published to my phone straight away. Once I've published my apps, I can create users, and I can give them permissions to access certain apps or certain pages or certain data within the apps. And I can, inside the customer portal, I can invite them to my app. So it's really easy to distribute the apps out to phones and desktops, and create logins and passwords and manage permissions and access to my app. So distributing the apps is really, really easy and easy to manage. Okay, so let's talk about security. Zoho is a large software as a service platform. They have all of the usual security standards you would expect from a high-end software as a service platform in terms of managing your data at rest and in transit. There's probably more we could go into, which we don't have time for here. but it's, you're in pretty safe hands. They're a large company. They're not going anywhere soon. Also important is how you can manage your data inside your platform. So Zoho also provides you with a reasonably sophisticated framework for creating roles. So you can have roles for partners, roles for suppliers, roles for staff and teams, and you can give permissions to those roles and make sure those permissions manage who has access to your data. So you're in pretty safe hands with the security model, not just in terms of how they're managing your data, but also how you can manage your data. Last but not least, pricing. Zoho Creator is pretty straightforward. Starts at Australian, these numbers, by the way, just so you know, $14 up to $50 a month. They have a nice little calculator down here where you can figure out your pricing. So depending on how many users you have. Although what we did find is when we started digging into some of these features, jump over here to the comparison, some of the features only come with the super ultimate plan. For example, if you wanted a custom domain for your portal, you can see this guy here. It only comes with the ultimate plan. So custom domain meaning you want your customers to log into yourdomain.com and not Zoho Creator /yourname.com. So if you want your domain, you have to use the ultimate plan. And if we go to the ultimate plan, we can see the ultimate plan starts at 10 users. So already we're up to $500 a month. So all in all, pretty straightforward, not too expensive, but you really need to know what you're looking for and what you're setting out to achieve, so you don't get caught out on any of these little technical details. Time for a quick wrap up. So design, probably its weakest point. We can accommodate simple fonts, colors, logos, a bit of branding, but it's certainly not a high-end design platform. Integration, that does have a very good API, so we can integrate these apps with other systems. Distribution, without a doubt, its strongest point. You can distribute to mobile, tablet, desktop, web, and app, not just once, but whenever you update your app, it's going to push it out to all these platforms instantly. So no more complex redeployments. Amazing distribution. Functionality, heaps of functionality out of the box. We're just ready to go. Security, so you're in good hands. So it's a long-standing company with a lot of customers not going anywhere in a hurry. And, so they're used to looking after millions of customers' data. And you also get a lot of tools at your disposal to manage your security within your platform. Lastly, price, pretty good value. There are a few fish hooks though. If you don't, you've got to be clear what you're setting out to achieve, so that you can really plan how much this is going to cost. So all in all, very good platform. We're going to be back in a week or so, doing a review on some more AMS platforms. So hopefully you got some value out of that, and we're looking forward to checking back in with you soon.